What up, guys? Carolina Jackpot coming at you November 23rd, 2019. It's Saturday. Not a football Saturday for me, really. Old South Kakalaki Gamecocks ain't playing. So I got to find something else to get myself interested in. Haven't watched a lot of action today. Just now getting the chance to tune into some stuff. And Georgia looks really good so far. They're knotted up at 3-3 with Texas A&M right now. Actually, I think their score with Texas A&M is about exactly what the Gamecocks was at this point in the game last week, right? It's because it's raining, isn't it? That's why, yeah. I have not said anything negative hardly about Georgia this year. I really haven't. I have not. I've kept my mouth shut. I've been a good little old jackpot. I hope they do well. I really do. But a lot of those turd burglars are really starting to get on my nerves a little bit of late, especially when talking about the Gamecocks. They keep referencing the game. How on earth did we lose to South Carolina? And other fan bases, how on earth did Georgia lose to South Carolina? I'll tell you why. Because they got outplayed. That's why. Because we forced 3 turnovers on your ass. We made you look silly. Or was it 4 turnovers? I can't really remember. I know Jake Fromm was responsible for a lot of them. And hey, you know what? That was going to be the highlight of our season. So it is what it is. Should we really be 3-8 at this point? Yeah, we should. But we're not. We're 4-7. And that's one of our victories. Live with it, people. If you win out, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Are you worried that people think it leaves a little bit of a black mark on you, a little doo-doo stain in the drawers that is your football season? Maybe so, but you know what? It'll get washed out. It'll get washed out with some winning. So that's where I'll stand on that. Tennessee Vol fans, I have this to say to you tonight, and I encourage all of my fellow South Carolina Gamecock fans, tonight, 7:30 p.m. over on the SEC Network, I encourage you to become yellow taters for a night. Yellow taters for one night, people. What's that mean? The Missouri Tigers are the yellow taters. I made that name up for them. But, I've been listening to the Missouri podcast, the Mazzodcast, lately. And it's funny. These dudes, they have like 4 or 5 different dudes that they splice in there on this podcast together. And they're fucking pissed. I mean, they are really pissed and bitching about their football season right now. They're sitting at 5-5, and I can tell you what, their coach Barry Odom, if Will Muschamp's seat is any hotter than his, Will Muschamp's is just white hot, because that's the hottest of the hot. They hate this dude. They hate their coach Barry Odom. I never really realized that they got as passionate about football as they do, but they do. They want him gone. That fan base has turned on him about as bad as South Carolina's has turned on William Boom Dunk. It's really something funny to watch. But here's my thing. Missouri lost a shocker to open up the season against Wyoming, and then they went on like a 4-game run and went like 4-1. Or maybe they were 5-1, and now they've lost their last 4 games. They lost to Kentucky, and then they lost to Candy Vandy, and then they lost to Florida. So they're sitting here at 5-5 right now, and they're feeling bad about themselves. They're backed up into a corner, and I think they can be the wounded animal in this game. They're actually favored at home to beat Tennessee, and I can't really understand that because, Tennessee's been on a roll lately, man. They beat the Gamecocks. They beat Mississippi State. Yeah, they beat them. They beat something called UAB. They beat Kentucky. They came back and beat Kentucky by 4 points on the road. On the road, people. Well, tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999. Bam, 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 bam. T. Martin's about to come walking through that door. Bam, 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 bam. Marquez Callaway is peerless. Price is little brother. Bam, bam, bam. That's how stupid they are. You see how stupid that sounded? That's how stupid Tennessee fans act. The majority of them are like, well, we survived the Butch Jones tenure, and finally Jeremy Pruitt is getting it turned around. He ain't turning around nothing. You ain't beat anybody. You played Tennessee. You played a good second half against a Tua-less Tennessee team. Now, yes, they've been without Tua for a while now, and they're mashing teams now. But the thing was that Mac Jones didn't know he was going to be coming into that game. So there wasn't no real game plan laid out for him. It's kind of, here you go, dude's hurt. That's my thing. You didn't do shit against them when Tua was in the game. They would have beat you 55-20 if he had played that game. But he didn't. So, I mean, y'all kept it somewhat close. Golf freaking clap. Golf clap. Okay? We had that Tua-less Tennessee team on the ropes in the third quarter. And don't get me wrong, not all of all fans are bad. I mean, and the majority of them, I think they're funny because they're just comical. And, you know, just kind of country and kind of hillbilly in nature, and they make me laugh and stuff like that. But, you know, really, some of them are just dumb. You're not that good, okay? Just pipe down. Yeah, you're probably going to go to the damn, I don't know, the Music City Bowl. You know, you may make it to the Liberty Bowl. I mean, that's great. That is great for you. But today, Carolina Jackpot, and I encourage all my fellow Gamecocks and anybody else who want to do it, I want you to be Missouri fans for one evening and pull really hard for the guys in yellow and black. It's be the only time I ever pull for anybody called the Tigers in my life. But tonight we'll be pulling for Kelly Bryant and the Missouri Tigers to beat y'all's ass. So y'all will shut up for 1 week, and maybe next week when you play Vanderbilt, if you're good, I'll pull for you. And then you'll be 6-6, and you'll make that Independence Bowl or that Birmingham Bowl that you've always dreamed about. Because we ain't gonna be going. Oh Lord, we sure ain't gonna be going. Now that's another thing I wanted to talk about. You know, there have been a plethora of people talking about Robert Caslen, the new president. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me good. The audio's got to be terrible. It's raining like hell out here. I really shouldn't be doing this video. This is dangerous. So don't do this at home. But I just had to get on here and do some talking. Because, you know, as one of my viewers said, I just like to hear myself talk. Well, I hadn't heard myself talk in several days, and it's been really wearing me out. So I'm going to enunciate my words a little better. So Bob Caslen, the president down in South Carolina, and old Ray Tanner have been running their mouths a lot lately. They've been opening up their trap when they really shouldn't have about who they've been talking to about buyouts and who they've been asking for advice. First of all, Ray Tanner, if you're calling Florida State for advice on buying out somebody's contract, you're a born idiot, sir. Why do you need to do that anyway? Don't you have an athletic director's handbook that has a chapter on buying out shitty coaches? There's got to be a chapter on buying out shitty coaches somewhere, or at least a couple of paragraphs. Something that you don't need. You could Google it, for God's sake. Dude, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Anyway, you let the cat out of the bag that y'all want him gone, which is great by me and 90% of the rest of the Gamecock fan base, because we can't stand him. And that's another thing, too. People think that I'm just hateful, and that some people do anyway, that I just really have this hatred towards Boom, and I don't. I think he's probably a nice guy. He's probably a funny guy that you might want to go out and have a beer with, or, you know, enjoy a cookout with some steak and eggs or whatever on his boat out there at Lake Murray, or whatever you want to do. Go jet skiing with him. I wouldn't be jet skiing because I'd be flopping around like an old whale, but somebody might want to jet ski. I know the players do. They seem to like him. He seems to have a tough exterior, but be a genuine nice guy. But he's just not a head coach, and you know he's got to be working his ass off. He has got to be working his ass off. Those dudes put in 18, 20-hour days throughout the season. They do. I mean, they practically live at football operations building. With whatever respected school it is. You know he's working his fingers to the bone and working his ass off. It's just not happening because he's just not a good college football head coach. I think he'd be a great coordinator somewhere, and that's what he really needs to be doing. I mean, honestly, he could take the buyout money if that's what happens to him, and, I mean, he wouldn't have to work again for quite a while, if ever. I mean, he's set. So there's that. But you know, I can't stand him as a head football coach. But I mean, other than that, he's probably an all right guy. But you have particular YouTubers, especially one, Uncle Lou, and I haven't gotten to respond to Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou made a video the other day, dedicated one to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, he didn't dedicate it to our win over his team. He dedicated it to us and how silly we are. We want to get rid of Will Muschamp because we're probably not going to be able to get anybody any better. And, you know, I mean, he's 4-7. This was a hard schedule you were playing this year, people, and blah, blah, blah. Hello? Is there no accountability for doing a terrible job? There is some accountability somewhere. I'm sorry. You can't just go out and totally crap the bed on a season. I don't care how tough your schedule is. I mean, forgive me for saying so, but we sit here and beat our chests about being in the SEC and how tough it is. Well, then we get a tough schedule. That can't be your excuse for not firing your coach or holding him accountable for doing a shitty job. Those two, they just don't go hand in hand. So why should South Carolina football not have some high expectations? We've been there before. 3 top 10 finishes in a row, 3 11-2 seasons in a row. No reason whatsoever that it can't happen again. Coach Spurrier was a really, really good coach. I liked him a lot. But you know what? It wasn't all him. It was those players that he got down here. Somebody else could get good players and develop them too. He's not the only really good coach in the world, okay? He's not the only really good coach that can ever come to South Carolina. They just got to find the right guy. They got to find their guy. And I have a list in my head and in my back pocket of guys I would like to see take this job, and I might do that on a video at some later point in time if it comes to that. But I mean, there's really not a a reason for me throwing out pie in the sky names to you, because I mean, it doesn't matter until there's some action and something actually happens or something's about to happen. There's a rumbling, you know, that's a moot point, and I mean, it's dumb to even really speculate on it. No, I don't want Mike Leach to come down and, you know, start telling his Sasquatch stories and all that stupid crap. Yeah, he plays fun football and this, that, and the other, but that's not who they need to build a program around. You know, they don't need that. They don't need the Bobby Petrinos. They don't need any of this garbage. We need a young dude, or at least someone around the same age as Muschamp who can relate to players, just not Muschamp, because he's obviously not the answer. But South Carolina deserves to be winners on the gridiron just as much as any other damn program in the SEC, just as much as any damn body else. And if we want to get rid of our football coach because he sucks, then we certainly have every right to do that. And we certainly have every right as fans to want to see it done and want to see change and want to see a good product on the field. We're not sitting here playing damn economics class, not economics 101. Yeah, does it cost a hell of a lot of money to buy out a football coach? Yeah, it does. It costs a ton. Okay, hello. That's not something that just came down the pipe today. It's not. It's going to put somebody in a hole financially. But, I mean, what else? You know what else is going to put you in a hole? When you got 55,000 people showing up for football games in an 82,000 seat stadium next year. You think you're in a hole now. You just wait. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. It's starting to rain really, really bad, and I'm honestly getting legit scared right now. I'll be checking in with you later on tonight. If things go well during the old football game betwixt Missouri and Tennessee, I might throw you up old live video, live from Columbia, Missouri. Live from my living room. I'll be watching what's going on in Columbia, Missouri. See y'all later. Appreciate it. Peace. And I'm out.